This is Anderson Penn's podcast, episode 215 for Wednesday, February 1st, 2017. This is Brian.
This is Lisa.
You know, I almost said this is the Anderson Penn's Radio Network.
I can't believe it's February.
February 1st.
That's cool. When is Groundhog Day?
It's coming up.
You don't know, do you? It's in February, right?
I don't know.
Totally messed with you, didn't I? That's not in the script. Somebody email me and let me know when Groundhog Day is. I don't know why, it just came to me.
Yeah, Groundhog Day is when we watch Groundhog Day, the movie.
I know. I love that movie.
Anyway, here we are again. It's like Groundhog Day. February 1st, that means one of two things.
What's it mean?
It means, number one, the January Pen Challenge is complete.
And, you know, you sounded a little happy about that this morning.
Well,
I think I'm a little concerned about your commitment to this brand new, unprecedented gift-giving event, and now you're like, oh, I'm so glad it's over. What the hell, man?
I'm not glad it's over. I'm just, it's 31 days. In the way I did it
You did it wrong.
I did it wrong. It was 31 days. I only used that fountain pen.
Well, you took the rules a little too literally. You had to use that pen every day that you used a fountain pen except for the show. You did not have to use it exclusively.
Yeah, it was pretty much exclusively.
Okay.
Except for, I think, maybe on Sunday I used a vanishing point in the store. But pretty much 99% of the time I used the Sailor King of Pen Ebonite with a medium nib.
Okay.
And I can honestly say I've never, probably in a long time, have not used one pen for 31 days consecutively.
So are you regretting the challenge?
No, I'm just saying it's a little more difficult than it sounds. You know, it's you're used to being able to, I want to mix it up today. I want to grab a different pen, or I got this great pen for Christmas, and you can't.
Okay. I, on the other hand, only did what the rules said, and
The rules were not written down. I thought we could only use it.
No, we had.
You're telling me this now.
Yes. I have my Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Framboise, which I had been eyeing for a while. And I did use it every day that I used a fountain pen. I did not use it exclusively, which is perhaps why I'm still happy to use it.
That's
it's not cheating.
I'm not unhappy to use
I would hope not.
I have other pens that I want to use.
Okay, so now you're going to start to use your Christmas pen.
It's in my pocket right now.
And are you going to use that every day in February, or are you going to mix it up?
No, I'll mix it up. Yeah, okay. Mix it up.
All right.
So.
It was, I guess, a little bit of a challenge. I mean, like Brian said, you reach into your pen case, and it doesn't matter if you've only got two pens. You know, you have to choose between this pen and that pen, and to make sure that I used it every day. That's the first pen I reached for in January, and I kept it on my desk. I took it home with me so that even on weekends, I had it with me. The only time I didn't use it was when we were at the Philadelphia Pen Show, because pen shows are a whole different animal. I will
say I did use mine every day.
Okay.
Because I used it at night.
Yep.
In Philly. Yeah.
I thought it was good. Sometimes when you have several pens, and we both do, I don't think that everything gets enough love. I think sometimes you stick to, like we did, just one or two pens, and so it was good to branch out a little bit and use this every day to kind of remember why it's such a great pen. I mean, I love all of my Pro Gear Slims.
Now, how many times did you refill your pen?
Twice.
Twice.
But mine has a much finer nib than yours.
That's cute.
So's the couch.
I did.
How many times did you refill yours?
I am on my fourth refill of Yamadori, and actually, I'm almost out.
good for you. Mine has a much finer nib. And
That's a medium nib.
okay, well, you must have taken more notes than I did because, I do a lot of the HR and the accounting and, what does it take to make a check mark and a dollar sign? Not much.
Oh, I don't know.
No, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I did find that occasionally I missed using my vanishing point and my decimo a little bit. But it was also a good excuse or a good reason to try a different ink. I had never tried Diamine Red Dragon, and I really like it. So I think that that's a new one in my rotation. I don't have any other reds that I use. When I was a professor, I didn't grade in red. No, I thought it was fun. It was fun. But
So we're gonna do it for February, right? I got a pen right sitting over there. Maybe we could
No.
use that for February.
well, is that your Valentine's
It is
present?
my Valentine's.
Oh,
See, we
well-
could just do it early. We could just start today,
Well,
and and February's a much shorter month, so we could do that.
you had a valid point though. I mean, a week before the New Year's challenge, we each got pens for Christmas, and I never really got around to using mine, just like you didn't. So maybe in
But you
February.
got like 7 pens for Christmas. There was like this stack.
It was like 3, maybe 4. So maybe we should do the Christmas pen in February, and then since March is not a gift-giving month, we use the
There's just something.
Valentine's Day pen in March.
Okay, all right.
I think we need an event planner for this.
Well, so there it was. I used 1 pen, 1 ink, and you used multiple pens and 1 ink.
It was good.
It was fun. Because it was I won't say it was, but toward the end of the month, it was like I would kind of get in the itch because I have some nice pens that I like to use, that I keep in regular rotation. I've got a nice 149, and I've got a Mosaic King of Pen, and I have some other pens that are just really nice writers, Omas. But now I'm gonna branch out a little bit, and normally it's 3-4 days, and then you move on to something else. So. But this month we have another potential challenge,
Ooh, we do.
and I think you're going to talk about that.
I am, and I'm ready. And for those of you,
Wait a minute. Last week you said you weren't going to do it.
I'm going to try. Those of you who are listening, I'm holding in my hand a box of cards and some envelope seals that have an embossed A on them.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, yeah.
No,
so
I'm serious.
my
Serious. It's a cute looking card.
I can't tell. You being sarcastic? So I have this box of 14 cards and 15 envelopes for when you screw up, like I probably will. I have a list, actually, of about half that many people I know that I want to write to, people I owe a little note to. So I'm gonna try.
But that's 14.
Look, it's more than I have done before. I'm trying. But if you're going to do some, I can just add my name, and does that count?
Probably not.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's 28 each.
And what we're talking about is InCoWriMo, the International Correspondence Writing Month. Started by our very own Eric Orozco. How many years is this now?
We're going on what, 4?
4,
5?
5?
Yep.
I should have looked it up, but write a letter or a postcard or a note, maybe not a Post-it note, not a to-do list, but write a letter every day, 1 a day, for the month of February. And for me, the hardest part isn't even the writing, it's the mailing.
Yeah, I had a couple of years ago. I tried it and I started writing them, but I never got the stamps because you don't use stamps really. I mean, I just we run things through the machine and
Boom, done.
print the label. But so we either need to get stamps or we need to rectify that right away because otherwise we can.
We can go to Pages and Pipes. I bet they have stamps.
Last year I actually had stamps. I had them on my desk. I wonder what happened to those.
So we're struggling with InCoWriMo. It's a wonderful opportunity to write to people, write to friends, write to family, write to people you communicate with in the pen community, your online friends. when's the last time you sent a note to your parents or your children that didn't involve please take out the trash or
Yes.
to your mom send money?
You know, I think what people halt on the most is what do I, unless you know the person, what do I write about? And we get a lot of letters, and they are, if you don't know what to write, you don't know where to start, introduce yourself. How did you get involved in pens? What pen are you writing with? What do you like about pens? What do you like about the, what's your dream pen?
What do you collect?
What do you collect? What's your favorite color ink? And before you know it, you've got 2 pages, a page, whatever, and sign your name, and you're good. And then the more you do, the easier it becomes. And
it doesn't have to be a long 3-page letter. My little note cards are enough to write about 8 or 10 sentences, and I'm done. I'm going to
8 or
send.
10 sentences.
It's a fine nib pen. I have some family and close friends I want to write to, and so I'll do that.
We could send a. Jessica says send a card to the groundhog.
To the groundhog. Oxytawny Pete.
Phil.
Crap. I got to get the name right. But InCoWriMo is a really good opportunity, not an excuse, not a reason. I consider it an opportunity to reach out to those people who mean something to you, whether they are actual friends and family or pen pal people. You never know who you're going to communicate with. We have a number of friends who we consider to be family, who we see all over the country. And I'm going to try really hard to reach out and actually mail a little note.
I think for those that don't have a problem getting started, make it a little more challenging. See if you can, and you know who you are.
Right.
Use a different color ink every day. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that have more than 28 bottles of ink. You know it. If you have, you use a different pen every day, or a different nib or something. Make it fun. If you're into seals and stamps, get the wax out and start stamping stuff. We get letters all the time with wax seals on them.
Yep. It's a great excuse to practice your handwriting. Those of you who practice calligraphy, it's a perfect opportunity. So just try it. And if you're like me and you don't make it through the whole month, I know that's not a self-defeating prophecy, but I just don't think it's going to happen with LA in the middle of it. Just try. Send a couple. At least reach out.
Yep. So, InCoWriMo goes all month. InCoWriMo.org, I believe, is the address. And send a card to the groundhog.
There
We'd
you
appreciate it.
Phil. We do have a blog post that went up, was it last week? 2 weeks ago. About InCoWriMo, written by our very own Mariah, who had some good tips. So feel free to check that out too.
All right, so we've got some new stuff that we can talk about, and some of this is and some of it is coming. First one, I'm just going to leave this up there and let this soak in for a minute. The Platinum Nice Lilas.
I'm not a pink pen person. I
Here
never
goes.
have been.
Here goes.
I never have been. I don't own any pink pens.
No, you don't.
I don't wear pink. I don't use pink ink. I'm not a pink person. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I like the rose gold trim.
Springy.
It's springy. It's happy.
Okay.
Not like Lucky Orange ink by Montblanc. That's a happy, bright orange. Or Sailor Kin Mokusai. Those are just orange juice kind of colors. They just make you happy. But this is really pretty.
Okay.
I'm tempted,
Uh,
which concerns me because I don't do pink.
Well, it's not out yet, thankfully. 3776. It's based on the Nice, so it's that faceted, and by the looks of it, it's also that It looks like it's kind of that matte finish, and it looks to have that slip and seal cap, which when you think about it is kind of silly because who's going to not use their pen for that long of time period? But they don't dry out, which is nice. And rose gold trim, nice looking pen. Cartridge converter, of course.
The 3776 is a nice size. I have, what do I have? I have the burgundy.
Yeah, the burgundy. Yep.
And I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm concerned that I'm considering a pink pen.
Well, nice looking pen. If you're into pink, 14 karat nib. I think fine, medium, broad, I think is the options available. But there it is. Platinum Nice Lilas. Anything else you want to say about that? Coming soon?
It's really pretty.
All right.
Oh, and apparently Groundhog Day is tomorrow.
Groundhog Day tomorrow. Oh, awesome.
Next up.
We managed to come across a couple of these, and as I dig out some of my pen collection, I'm sure I will stumble across more. But we recently came across a small, very small cache of these are about 1940s era Esterbrook dip pen nibs. This is the 048 Falcon. And for those interested in a little history, Falcon is the particular shape of the pen, and you'll see a Falcon nib in other brands. Even Waterman made a Falcon nib. I believe Conklin made one, but it's this particular shape that you see here on the screen, kind of fanned out, flared out by the shaft. And the 048 is what later became the 2048 and the 9048 flexible nibs. So this is a bronze steel dip pen nib. It's marked Esterbrook, not our Esterbrook, but Esterbrook, so it puts it around the 1940s vintage. Nice flexible dip pen nib, and we came across a bunch of them.
Cool.
So
It's funny. People either have nothing to do with dip pen nibs or they love them. And it just seems like there's quite a bit of resurgence in people experimenting more and more with dip pen nibs, which is fun to see. More people trying to get into flex nib writing and.
Well, it's super cheap, right? I mean, a nib is a couple of bucks. You get a holder. You can get holders for cheap. I mean, under $10, you can get a holder and a few nibs, and you can start experimenting.
Yep.
But this is cool. It's a vintage piece, and hopefully we're going to be ramping up the vintage stuff soon. But there it is, Esterbrook. That was cool. That came out this week. And maybe the neatest, I think the neatest thing that came out was this here, and I have
I need one of these.
Well, you're not getting this one.
Wow.
The Itoya journal Sidekick. Now, what this is a pen holder that has a magnetic closure.
This is one heck of a magnet.
Is something else.
Those of you who are Breaking Bad fans, magnets.
Magnets. It's recycled. Was it recycled leather? Is what it is, and it's nicely stitched, and it's magnet. So, now there have been a couple of different kinds of journal pen holders before, but they usually involve strapping around the
Elastic of some sort.
Which becomes a problem because then you want, when you open the notebook, it doesn't sit right, so you can't take it off, or it's hard to take off.
Some fit on the spine, and then the journal doesn't seem to open all the way.
Yeah.
This one
This
is
one
really
is
cool.
magnetic, and you can hear it click like that. I mean, I even put it on a magazine today, and it was just super fine.
Yeah, it held on wonderfully. The problem with some of the elastic around the journal pen holders are that the elastic is never the right size. It's always too tight or too loose. And this, like Brian said, he had it on a magazine, and it held on just fine.
Yeah, and the elastic will have a tendency to crimp the cover if it's not strong enough. But this is nice. You can put it on. You can slide it off. You can put it on whatever you want. You could put it in your pocket just as a pen holder. but it comes in black. It also comes in brown, and I've got it kind of flipped open there so you can see how it works. And even cooler is it comes with the pen. And this is a great pen, and we're actually going to be...
We've got these on order, and hopefully they'll be here soon. This is the Itoya Blade fountain pen, similar to a Pilot Varsity. Only comes in either blue or black.
And it comes in with the Sidekick, it comes in black.
Yep.
You don't get a blue option, but...
These are great writers. We were sent a couple in advance, and these are just fantastic. And I'm incredibly impressed.
Yeah, it's I'm going to do a video. We're going to shoot a video on Friday, a shootout. I think we're going to do a little shootout between the Platinum Preppy, the Pilot Varsity, and the Itoya Blade, and we're going to see. There's pros and cons to everything, but this, I'm going to say right now, I think this is the smoothest writing sub $5 pen. Period.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a really, and it's a nice looking pen too. Some the varsities and the preppies can, they're kind of, they're colorful. So if you want an inexpensive disposable fountain pen to put in a nice shirt or something, or just to keep around, it doesn't look fruity.
it doesn't look cheap.
It doesn't look cheap, yeah. It doesn't look fruity.
What does that mean? You mean too colorful? I think that's what you mean.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, the Platinum Preppy is clear. It's got, stickers and a lot of writing on it. Now, the Preppy at least is not disposable. You can refill it. But it's certainly not what I would consider professional looking. And maybe professionals aren't too worried about what a $3 or $4 pen looks like. The Pilot Varsity has a black body. The cap has the color of the ink. Again, it's, what do you want for $3? It's a great, solid little writer. Lasts forever. But it's not necessarily, it's a little colorful still. And then the blade is...
I know, I like
Do you
it.
want to hold that up?
Well,
I guess
there's
we got the image
a
on.
there's a
You've
picture
got
right there.
the silver barrel, the clip is silver, and then the cap is clear. I think it looks a little less, I don't want to say juvenile, but I think closer to professional.
Or if you're the type that has, maybe you're out in the field or something, you don't want to take your nice pen. This is
It's a great solid
It's a super
writer.
pen. It really is. It's got a nice, strong snap cap to it. I can't say enough good things about it.
See the Sidekick. What else
You
fits
want the
in here?
Sidekick. Yeah, and you can fit other things in the Sidekick too. But
We tried a
Vanishing
vanishing
point.
point. That fit in there comfortably. I've got my Pro Gear Slim in there. Thank you.
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's really,
It's easily transferable, which is nice. You
Yeah.
can take it on and off.
it's an impressive little set.
So there it is. The blade. Hopefully those will be coming in soon. They're nice little pens, 2-packs, singles. But anyway, it comes with the Sidekick, and we have those in stock. But also this week,
Thank God.
a stranger is back in town. Mr. Leo Tolstoy from Mont Blanc. Nice blue color. I don't know what more to say. It's got that special bottle, which is cool.
Well, Mont Blanc had been out of Leo Tolstoy for months. We've been out of stock forever. Weren't even sure that we'd be able to get any, and then all of a sudden, a big shipment arrived, and it's great to have it back in stock. We had a lot of people who were still looking for it, so it's nice to have that.
I would expect this is not going to stay around very long.
Yeah.
It's most of the Mont Blanc specialty inks, they're around 6 to 9 months, and then they're gone. So
Sometimes not even that long.
if you like this color, and I thought it was a really nice blue, you might want to grab an extra bottle or something for the shelf. But Mont Blanc.
Yep. One other thing that came in yesterday that we don't have on our list, new paper blanks journals came in. And I got to tell you, I'm shocked that Kim has not already been down to the store because some of these are just gorgeous. Paper blanks, switches out their line once or twice a year. Generally, the big add new stuff, discontinue old things happen right about now. And the new catalog is gorgeous. We bought almost all the new stuff, and some of these are just incredible. I keep finding excuses to go down to the store and kind of linger in the paper area.
I haven't actually seen any in person yet, so I have to
They're
go down
really
there.
cool.
I got to use up my old paper blanks first, and I think I'm on page 4 of the journal. So, does it count if I write in the journal for InCoWriMo? Can I do that maybe to fill up the journal?
We could write notes to each other.
We could start our own little journal together. There we
There
go.
you go. But if you're into journaling and in the market for a new one, these are just, I can't tell you how absolutely pretty these are. They
Well,
come out
we'll,
with some-
we'll have pictures next week,
we will.
so we can show them off. What else do we want to talk about? Anything? We got a couple extra minutes.
Next week we start packing for LA.
We got a question here. Is the magnet on the Sidekick strong enough to work through a cover like Rodeo?
Oh my God.
I have it
Absolutely.
on. Let me show you here. I have one of the Franklin Christoph journals, and that's a thick, super thick cover. You can see how thick this cover is. Well, maybe you can't see it, but it's a thick cover, and it.
I've got it on a binder.
This has got it on a binder. I mean, it's. And this is heavy leather. I think this may be even thicker than that.
Yeah, it's an incredibly strong magnet.
I mean, it's not going anywhere.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
Brian's
not.
trying to knock it
I'm
off.
trying to knock it off here. It's not even moving. Yeah, so it's
Incredibly powerful magnet.
yeah. I haven't tried it in everything yet, but I mean this Franklin Christoph journal is really thick. So I would imagine it would have to be really an inch thick before it's not going to hold. But
I haven't tried it on a textbook or anything like that, but it's
bet it would.
impressive.
the magnet here is like
It's over an inch long.
an inch and a half long, and maybe 3/8 of an inch wide. So I mean it's a decent magnet.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for this week.
I think so. Next week we will talk about LA because we will. That's coming up.
Getting ready for LA, and there will not be a podcast 2 weeks from today
Yes.
because we will be on the road.
On the 15th, I think that is.
Unless I can hook that up to the dash. We
Wouldn't
do a
that be
dash
fun?
cam. That would be fun.
Can we do that?
Here's Lisa driving. We would never be able to be this close because that obviously would not be safe. But well,
Can you
let's
put
talk-
it where the GPS is and then it sees
Maybe,
both of us?
maybe. Well, I'll talk with
Like a
Jason.
reverse
I'll talk with
dash
Jason
cam.
and see if we can get something going on.
Or maybe the audience at home doesn't want to look at us and they can watch the road as we drive. Because
Where will we be Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning?
Wednesday morning
Actually,
we will
we'll be in LA. We might be able to do it.
Yeah, we'll be somewhere between Vegas and
We could
LA.
stop in Vegas, do it in Vegas. Anyway,
Maybe we could do it on Tuesday, driving through the Rockies. Would that not be gorgeous?
tentatively no podcast 2 weeks from today, but we'll see what we can do. But thanks for joining us this week. Tune in next week, and for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Cool. Follow our blog for news, interviews, and all sorts of other fun stuff. And check us out on social media as Anderson Pens.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.